The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, just waking up, my first real video that I've done here in Las Vegas. So shout out to you guys from the beautiful Las Vegas. It's beautiful weather out here. I love being here right now. Damn, it feels better. It feels better than South Florida right now. So shout out to Las Vegas. But listen, man, I wanted to make this video to touch a little bit on Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is someone on this channel that for not just 1 year, not just 2 years, but I would say about 5, maybe 6 years, we've been very high on Shakur Stevenson on True School Sports. Ever since we met him when he was a young man before the Olympics, I've always rated Shakur Stevenson highly, and I was growing a little bit frustrated with his career before this Jamel Herring fight. But man, oh man, the Jamel Herring fight and the performance that he delivered was just what the doctor ordered. It was the perfect storm for his career, because now people can see what I've been seeing, his whole career, but he just hadn't shown it yet. But now he's shown it because he had the right opponent to do it, and he knew that he was on the right stage to do it, to become a two division champion against a guy like Herring, who was coming off of a career best win against Carl Frampton. It's what Shakur Stevenson needed, you know what I'm saying? So, Shakur Stevenson, when we talk about not what we like, not who we're the biggest fans of, but when we talk about who is the most effective, who knows how to win, who can win, who has the most routes to victory, who will have the best career of the quote-unquote 4 kings that they like to call these guys at 35, like Teofimo and Ryan and Devin and Gervonta Davis, Well, guess what? They may be the four kings, but the 5th king might be the most mighty of them all, and that's Shakur Stevenson. And I've said it a lot. Check my track record when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. I've been saying for a long time, I think Shakur Stevenson, if he puts it together, which it looks like he's doing, he's maturing, his frame is getting wider, he's getting better in the ring, he's becoming more confident, he's becoming more self-assured. I'm sure he's got more motivation now to get things right in his life, because he's got a kid on the way, so that always will get you, working at your hardest and get you on the right track. But Shakur Stevenson is going to be a very, 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 very hard guy to knock off. I mean, I'm talking about very difficult. This is a fighter that I think won't even have, to be honest with you, maybe there's a couple guys from 130 that could give him some problems, but I really think if his head stays on straight, I don't really see him having a big problem until he's at 47, because I feel like he'll be champion. He's been champion at 126. He's been champion at 30. He'll be champion at 35. He'll be champion at 40. I'm not seeing Shakur having problems really till he gets to 47, because when you look at the skills, when you look at the speed, the combinations, he just knows how to win rounds. And I was saying on my live, if you guys actually go back and you watch the live fight reaction I did for Shakur Stevenson versus Herring, there were a couple parts of the live where I said that, sometimes when you watch Shakur Stevenson fight, it's kind of like I was getting the same feelings I used to get when I used to watch Mayweather, And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying he's as good as Mayweather, and I'm not trying to compare the two, but what I'm saying is I get that same feeling. If you guys remember, a lot of times people would buy these pay-per-views for Floyd, and they would prop up the opponents on 24/7 and whatnot, and then the fight would come, and then the rounds would just go by, and before you know it, you look up and 8 rounds have gone by, and Floyd's got 8 or 7 of the 8 rounds in the bag, and you just know what the outcome is before the fight even gets to the 10th round. That's the same feeling I had watching Shakur Stevenson against Jamel Herring. The same exact feeling. They talked Jamel up. Jamel had a great performance against Carl Frampton in his last fight, looking like $1 million. He was doing his best boxing in his career before that fight. Some people thought it was going to be competitive because Shakur didn't have the experience, but it goes to show you can't go by resumes. You can't go by what the fighters did the last fight, because look, once again, we see it again in boxing. If we judge them by what they did in their previous fight before this fight, Jamel just stopped Carl Frampton and looked sensational doing it. And Shakur fought the African cop, Jeremiah, and didn't look so good. It was one of the boringest fights of his career. So you can't, I implore everybody in boxing, anybody who watches my channel, to stop doing that. Stop judging fighters on their last performance, because just because they perform good or bad against in the last fight against a certain opponent doesn't mean they will against another opponent, you know? Look at the styles and go from there. But yeah, Shakur gave me that same feeling watching Mayweather. You know, all those rounds go by, and before you know it, the fight's over and he won. So he's a very, very good fighter, very, very complete fighter, very, very dominant fighter. And I'm looking forward to seeing Shakur Stevenson develop. I'm looking forward to seeing if he can continue to realize his potential, because I'm gonna tell you this, man. I know some of y'all might think it's premature, but I'm not someone who's just, you know, jumping on the Shakur Stevenson bandwagon. You know, it didn't take me the Jamel Herring fight to know that Shakur Stevenson was a world-class, A-level, creme de la creme talent. I knew this before he even turned pro. I knew this before he boxed in the Olympics, okay? I've been knowing this. So let BT say, let the Untouchables say that I truly think that if Shakur keeps putting it together, there's only one place he's going, and that's straight to the top of the pound-for-pound list. You know, so if you're a fighter from 135 to 140 to 147, he's coming. He's coming for you guys. He's coming for you guys, and y'all best have them tools sharp, because Shakur Stevenson is a special talent, and I'm really excited for him. You know, now there's a lot of fights out there for him. You know, obviously the talk's going to be of Oscar Valdez now. We'll definitely be pressing for that fight. You know, Oscar Valdez got to stop ducking Shakur Stevenson. Oscar Valdez and Bob Arum. Bob Arum better not put Oscar with Navarrete, because they're two Mexicans and it's a Mexican fight and you want to put on an entertaining fight for the fans. Fuck that shit, man. 2022 is the year in boxing, all right? And we're going to call it this here on True School Sports. 2022 is the year of no excuses and no dishonor. And Bob Arum got to make these fights happen, you know? Navarrete is not even a 30-pounder. He's a 26-pounder. And Joet Gonzalez damn near folded him up. So we don't want to see that shit. We want to see the best at 130, you know, in Shakur versus the other quote-unquote best at 130 in Valdez, even though I thought he got absolutely schooled by Robinson Conceicao. So if you can't make that fight, then I want to see Shakur versus the real best at 130 besides himself, and that's Robinson Conceicao, because I think that'd be a great fight. I think that'd be a fight where I think Shakur would have to show a lot to get the victory. I feel like Robinson would also get a chance to show how good he is, because some people might even have forgotten about how good he is because of what he did to Valdez. But I digress. Shakur Stevenson is, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, you know, it's only my opinion. I'm not a prisoner of the moment. If you want clips and receipts of me saying this back in 2020, I can get them for you. If you want to see me talking highly of Shakur back in 2016, I can get those clips for you too. So I'm not new to the bandwagon. So please don't say I'm just happy on the bandwagon, because I'm not. Shakur Stevenson will have the best career out of Devin Haney. He'll have a better career than Devin Haney. He'll have a better career than Ryan Garcia. He'll have a better career than Tank. And as crazy as it is to say, I think he'll also have a better career than Teofimo Lopez. Even though I like Teofimo Lopez and he's a friend of the channel, you know, I love his dad, I love everything. But man, Shakur Stevenson's something special. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys, let me know what you think. What fight do you want to see next for Shakur Stevenson? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.